Chad. Hope you guys are ready. See Mr. Rattlefix in the house. I don't know if he's here or if he just dropped in. But good morning, good morning. How is everyone doing here this morning? Bonang, my brother, how are you doing this morning?
I'm blessed, sir. Good morning to you.
Yeah, Bonang, just had a little chat here, inspiring one another.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Chad, before we start, I just wanna say this to you guys. There are guys that are struggling out there financially, physically, mentally. And I had a chat with somebody last night on Instagram that wanted some advice and just some motivation. And I said last week when I was in the cancer ward, there's people laying there just wishing that they can feel well for one day. And we sometimes forget that just being able to still be alive, if you woke up this morning and you've got no pain in your body, you're healthy, that's already something someone else is praying for. If you drove to work or if you've got a job, there's somebody else out there praying for a job. If you drive a car, I don't care how old it is, there's a guy walking to work wishing for just a car.
Yes, sir.
All right. So as much as we want to push and as much as we want to reach certain levels, there's somebody else out there praying for what you already have. Okay, never forget that. Yes. Second thing that I want to tell you guys is that never give up. It sounds like a cliche, but Keegan will tell you he went through some things last year, how he changed things around. Bonang can tell you he went through some things last year, how he turned around. I've told you guys multiple times how I went into depression, how I turned things around. So the big thing that I want to tell you guys here is that you cannot dwell on that which already happened. Okay, because if you're constantly looking in the rearview mirror, you're going to lose sight of what is in front of you.
Yeah, true.
So as difficult as it may seem, like it's fine, we can have a pity party, we can sit and we can cry for a bit, but then we need to pick ourselves up. And then secondly, what I want to share with you is that when you start to pick yourself up, is have a plan. Sit down and say, okay, listen here, this is the issue. This is the issue I'm facing. How am I going to tackle it? Let's say, for instance, you've got, I'm just going to use a round number, you've got 100,000 rands worth of debt. Then it's like, okay, I'm earning 10,000 rand a month. I can cut my expenses. I can put 2,000 rand a month towards that debt. If I put 2,000 rand a month towards that debt, it might take 5 years to get it down. But I can also do extra work. I can do whatever it is. There's ways that you can go about it. Maybe you can trade, maybe make an extra 1,000 rand a month. Now all of a sudden that 5 years comes down to 3 years. But having perspective, and this is something Andy told me, Andy Steele Smith, that stuck with me. Is like, if I stand up against a wall and I look up to it, it's like I can't get over this wall. But if I walk back 100 meters, even 200 meters, then when I look at the wall, it's like, oh flip, I can actually maybe get over this wall. And a lot of times we're so stuck in our problem, we're standing right up against it and we don't have perspective of it. But then once you start moving a little bit back and you look at it and it's like, okay, damn, this problem, it's not the end of the world.
Yes.
There's ways of getting through this. And how our minds work when we are distressed is that we clutter everything, and there's no we don't see a way out. But once we sit down and we put the problem down on paper, and we can physically write it down and say, okay, but now I see what it is. What do I need to do to get out of it? And then having a plan immediately puts you in control to say, okay, I know what the problem is. I know how to solve it. It might take 3 years. It might take 5 years, however long. But this is my plan that I'm looking out for. So I thought I'd just share that with you guys before we start this session. That was just on my heart. So
Beautiful.
I don't know who that is for. Chris, when you told me this at the beginning of the year when I was struggling mentally, it really changed the outcome of the year. Beautiful, Lyndon. And I told Bonang as well, as much as we are here to do trading content for you guys as well, we go through life as well. We are still human beings.
Yes, sir.
We still go through struggles. We still go through mental challenges. We still go through family stuff. There's stuff that all of us struggle with. And the beauty is that we're not alone here.
Yeah.
And the beauty is as well when we talk about certain stuff of getting through it, it's not that we read it in a book. It's that we've lived it.
Yes, sir.
It's that we've gotten ourselves out of trouble. We've dug ourselves out of holes.
Yeah.
Again, through the grace of God, I was telling Monang a story this morning, and a lot of times when I think back, I think God was sometimes looking at what I was doing, and he was like, yo, this son of mine needs a lot of grace.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
send 10 more angels because he's going to catch on some nonsense here.
Yeah, true.
And there was
saved
maybe
by
some
grace.
people praying for me, because if
Yeah.
I look back, things could have been completely different.
Yeah,
So I thought I'd just share this with you guys, and but we're gonna get started here. That we just put on your heart spoke to my spirit. Awesome. So Chad, never give up. Life is tough. That is why it's called life. Life is sometimes gonna kick you in the teeth. It's gonna throw you on your back. But end of the day, it's just about waking up the next morning. What is that verse that says, morning may last the night, but joy comes in the morning?
The joy cometh in the morning. Let me open it for you.
Will you quickly read that for me,
Yeah,
Bonang,
yeah.
before we start?
Let me open it for you. Though weeping may endure for a night, joy cometh in the morning.
There we go. So today you might feel down. Your faith might be low.
It's Psalms 30, verse 5.
Psalm-
Weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. Psalms 30, verse 5.
There we go. So some days it's fine. You're gonna feel like life kicked you in the stomach. You're gonna be a little bit depressed, whatever. But the next morning, there's that little bit of faith still in you, and then you just keep that going. Wake up. It's like another day. Let's go.
Amen.
Another day. Let's go. So I thought I'd just tell you guys that. But we're gonna get started here, Chad. Hope you guys are ready for the session. Week started off phenomenally well yesterday, and let's pray that we can keep that momentum going. So
Yes, sir.
let's just bow our heads and let's pray. Yeah. Father, I just want to thank you for each and every member that joins us here every single day, Lord. I just pray that you will meet everyone right where they are at, watching either from the office, even commuting to work. And Lord, I just want to pray that you will give us faith even when we are faithless. Lord, I pray that you will give us peace where there is stress or anxiety. Lord, I pray that you will give us providence where we sometimes feel like we lack. And above all else, Father, we just pray that we can know that you are here with us every single day. and that this life we do not walk alone, but we walk it with you. And we want to invite you into the session. As much as we are sinners and as much as we don't deserve anything good, you are still good every single day. You still love us. You are still faithful. You endure. You are patient. And you are kind to us, Lord, even when we are sometimes not kind. And I want to thank you for that grace and that mercy that picks us up every single day, Lord. And I just pray for each and everyone here. I pray for our families, our kids, our parents, our grandparents, our communities, our country, Lord. I just pray your hand of protection and blessing over it, Lord. I pray that you will bless this session. I pray that we will be guided by your Spirit, that we will get wisdom and insight that is supernatural from you. And I pray this and I ask this in the mighty name of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. And if you believe it, Chad, you can drop an amen, now.
Amen.
Amen. Do we have some believers here? Amen. Okay, beautiful. We've got quite a few amens. Chad, let's get straight into it. It is Tuesday and we don't have too much going on. We've got some CPI coming out of Canada. Wednesday, we've got some CPI coming out of Britannia. And let me just check what do we have for the rest of the week, because I didn't do a weekly outlook with you guys yesterday. Thursday, initial jobless claims. Are they going to try and do CPI? I don't know if that will be released though.
Was NFP released?
No.
Imagine, this month there's been something else.
Sure, it's a backlog of data. Okay, so Chad, today, just three ECB speakers, Lane, Escriva, and Lagarde. So let me just check where are they speaking. Central Bank keynote at Norges Bank Climate. Yeah, I don't think they're gonna disclose too much. Okay, but I'm gonna start off quickly on the weekly and work my way down. Are you fine with that, Punang? Because I wasn't here yesterday. I just want to give 100%. The guys. 100%. These guys are paying a lot of likes.
Yeah. So guys, as Chris is doing what he's doing, make sure that we take the stream to at least 200 likes. Let's go.
There we go, ladies and gents. Okay, Chad, dollar on the weekly. We've talked about this yearly S2 holding beautifully as support. We talked about this minor break of structure on the weekly as well. Beautiful retest there. And we've got a little bit of an inside week last week. I don't know if you guys can see this, but we didn't take a previous weekly high or low. So a little bit of a pause candle, but effectively I'm still looking bullish on the dollar. Okay. Daily time frame for me, if I look here, Chad, music not too loud, just let me know. So here's the thing for me, dollar is still relatively bullish. If I just look at the order flow here, you can see that we are still effectively creating higher highs and higher lows. Okay, so the structure is still pointing to the upside for me. Only thing for me is we had a little bit of a pause here. Well, not a little bit, that's a confirmed resistance there. We had a very nice pullback. I think we still have an open gap there. And now we've got a confirmed support down here. 2 daily candle closes. So for me, the next level is going to be right there. That was that little consolidation where we broke out. And we could potentially start to go bearish now, Chad. I just want to kindly note this for you, is that we're not confirmed bearish yet. But if we get a daily candle closure that closes below that zone, then effectively we've broken this little uptrend we had here. And we are going to start trending back down. Okay, so this is pivotal today. What's going to happen if we close back in that range? I'm happy with the bullishness, but otherwise we're going to have to monitor that zone. Lower time frame, what is the low time frame showing me? Beautiful rejection off those flat body areas. We've got a nice push above Asia highs. So 2 zones for me to monitor, Asia highs and that zone there. So This is the bullish scenario for me. Okay, that is, where's my daily pivots? Show daily pivots, beautiful. Okay, there we go. This is the bullish scenario. Bearish scenario is we fail to hold above Asia highs and we do something like that. Okay. US 30 weekly. Let's check it out. What did you guys say about the music? Is it good? Is it bad? Too loud? Somebody just let me know there in the chat, please. Okay, weekly on US 30. A little tricky, Chad. We are still effectively trading. Is nobody gonna let me know? Is a bit loud. Okay, I thought so. Thank you. Music is good. It's a little bit too loud for some. Effectively, we are still trading within that one bearish candle. Okay. So for me, I'm just going to focus on that candle. And I want to ideally see what we do at that weekly high or this weekly low. Okay. It is relatively consolidated for me. Yesterday's daily candle close on US 30 is giving me an idea that if we can hold above that zone right there and we can start breaking through here, we could start to trend back to the upside. Okay, so bullish on the day, already tested Asia lows. There's that zone I spoke about, 200 EMA, average daily range. So I'm gonna say, Chad, this zone here, we're gonna have to monitor what happens here. Maybe a nice little bounce. After that, we're gonna have to monitor Asia lows or something like this. So these are my two scenarios. And then after that, daily flip, previous daily high. If we get a very strong close above here, I do think we're going for all-time highs. Okay. NASDAQ weekly. Sorry guys, I'm doing a weekly analysis here for you guys.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Very important.
So it might take a little bit longer. NASDAQ on the weekly, it's still very, very ugly, the price action, because we're also basically stuck in this range. But what I do like is that we've started to trade above the previous weekly high, but this high is ultimately important for me. That is the all-time high, and that was also the high of that week where we just started to trade down. Okay, then on the daily, you can see we are also pushing up against this level, and this is where we might ultimately reject, or we might start to get momentum to the upside. Okay, one thing I do not like is the fact that we already took the previous daily high. We took all-time highs and we failed to continue. So that is a little bit alarming. But effectively, the zone that I'm going to watch is that gray box there. This is the potential scenario there. Or if we can start holding above here, I will be bullish. So it's going to be a little bit of a tricky day on indices, but there is something. Gold, very interesting. Gold weekly is still bullish. We cannot deny that fact. But what I want to show you guys here is I think this is the first time in a while where we've taken a previous weekly high and we didn't just continue. And then secondly, this is the first time in a while where I've woken up and we have not been trading above the previous daily high. For the most part, all of these days, by the time we wake up, we were already trading above the previous daily high. So I'm not saying I'm bearish. All I'm saying is that I'm gonna dive a little bit deeper into what the data is showing me on gold. Gold is starting to show some signs of either that we are going to go into an extended daily range, maybe consolidate a little bit of a wait and see, But gold is definitely slowing down a little bit. Okay. Bullish on the day for me. We took the previous daily high. We took the previous all-time highs, didn't continue. We've got this minor little breakout zone. So now, if we hold above this zone, this is going to be bullish for me. That is bullish. And if we start trading below here, I'm going to think that we are going to go back inside of the range. Okay, so as simple as that. That is all I'm looking for on gold. This is going to determine whether to go long or short. Yesterday morning, after I reviewed the morning, you can see that we were fighting here with this 200 EMA. You can see that it was a lot of fighting going on there, and then eventually we got to the buy side of the curve. Okay. Now, this morning, we are back at that 200. So, if we can get back to the buy side of the curve, I think that previous daily high is our target. If we fail to hold above it, we might go to the sell side of the curve. All right. And then last but not least, German 30. We've got a failure back inside of the range. This thing is actually very messy. Not gonna lie to you, German 30 has actually been in a multi-week consolidation. Effectively bearish on the week. We've got a confirmed resistance. Daily, however, is giving us this. So closure back inside of the range. Only thing I do want to note is after we took out those all-time highs, you can clearly see we broke structure to the downside. And you can now see that the lows are getting lower and the highs are also getting lower. So this is effectively in secondary market structure, but yesterday's daily close was nice, strongly bullish. However, we failed to hold above that previous daily high. So very simple for me on German 30. If we cannot trade above this level, that is the bullish scenario. If we cannot get above there, that is the bearish scenario. All right, Chad. I think I gave you your money's worth. That is me. Over to you, my brother.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Hello. How is everyone doing this morning? Tidiso, I see you there. 2Gs. Beautiful stuff. How is everyone doing? Everyone good? I want us to start with this US 30 and then we take it from there. Yeah, 21st. The year has ended. This year is gone. This year is gone.
Ete Serimana speaking Wara. Met hulle bak oor manne speaking Wara.
Okay, let's quickly jump into it. I think I've been breaking down the monthly analysis. I did give an upper leg. I even showed you guys that this thing is a bit bullish. It's already on a breakout to give a yearly leg, so we may rally all the way up for the next 12 months or so. But nevertheless, let's just look at it. This is US 30. Yesterday we did not take any trade on US 30. As I had mentioned, price was actually sitting at this point, almost TP zone, and I said there is no trading zone there, and I had drawn these certain lines here that at some point prices to come at least to cover certain gaps there, and then we can look for downward move. So basically, looking at the structure of the market, definitely sales could work out perfectly, as where we are sitting there could be a good ideal for sales. Nevertheless, I usually say we do not trade ideas, we trade what the price action is saying. So looking at the market today, we are a bit bullish. We are bullish on US 30. According to the data that we have, the markets are bullish, and at the same time, the market being bullish, we are currently sitting at a resistance. I always say this: whenever you see the CV next to the high, what does that mean? Price is valued at a resistance. For us to break that, we need a bit of a discount, right? Market must drop a little bit before then driving all the way up. Listen to me very well. price to break a high needs a discount in order for it to come and break that high. So a high cannot be broken only by these small candles. We need to see the price dropping a bit and then come up with pressure. So basically what this market is doing is discounting and then can now rally all the way up there. So basically, if this market was going to continue going up, it should be sitting above our resistance and then rallies all the way upward there. The fact that this market is discounting, then we can start to look for buys at the prices such as the previous close here or the low here, which is our key zone for the day. So I'm looking for sales, temporal sales, right? With proper risk management, I'll be targeting the previous closing price, which is 46,183.19. If at all, to some extent, I cannot manage to hold beyond the key zone or to break that key zone, which is my today's low price, which is 46,346. That's basically my low of the day. So I'm expecting price to reach this level and then we can start to look for buys from there. Buying from that zone will be targeting this TP level, which is 47,224.13. Basically, buying there you can do only if you can afford the drawdown to the previous close, right? So entering buys doesn't mean you are wrong. Anyway, price is can be a turning point all the way upward. I hope this makes sense. So we are bullish on this market for the day. At least a discount will do, and then we can then continue rallying all the way up. And then jumping to NASDAQ. NASDAQ, yesterday we took sales, right? I spoke about sales, but in the process, I had said the same similar situation that if we enter a trade here, there are two scenarios. Price can go to an upper leg to fill that gap, or price can go down at least to the CV or a bit lower to the previous close. Unfortunately, this price dipped in, but I didn't close this trade for myself. It went in some very good profits. It was a very good dip in, but remember, I can only close when I reach my target, which was the CV or the previous close value. So during that time, I was busy being massaged. Fortunately, price went up. Yeah, I was there in that. Massage. Yeah, I went there. I was being massaged. I woke up from that massage bed. Unfortunately, I found it red. There's nothing that I could do. I just watched it like that. So because of my daily limit, one of the accounts, I had to close it so that I save myself. Nevertheless, during our session, I think around 5:05 there, we took some sales again at that point, because I said it, there's a high possibility that this could be a turning point. It was gonna be nice if I had taken sales at least from that level to save myself from disaster. Now let's look at what is happening today. What is the market saying for us today? This here is a selling zone because that's an all-time high price for us, right? So we marked it as a selling zone. We expect this price to at least dip in back into the levels that were not tested yesterday. Could be an idea that we can sell, or price can continue rallying up. Looking at the fact that today, according to the Mets, again the markets are overall bullish as well. Closed bullish, sitting at a resistance at this point. So nevertheless, let's look at what the price could do or what we can get here. This here today is our trading zone. If you look at it very well, this here is our trading zone, a resistance and our support somewhere here, and we have a previous closing price. Looking at NASDAQ and US30, the previous close is below the low. So that means all those lows are weaker because price is going to break it to test the previous close, and then we can go back up. If I'm to buy with aggressiveness, I can buy from 24,817. That's where I'll be breaking even on my sales, and then I buy from there. I don't want to negotiate at all. I'll buy. The markets are open. Chris, you can.
Chad, with that being said, markets are open and in motion. This is the official round 3. Ding, ding, ding.
Let's go. Let's go. So, looking at the market today, we are bullish according to the Mets, and then the target is 25,464.07 upward there. Looking at this market structure, or the market, the way the market is currently sitting at a resistance zone or valued at a resistance zone. So a decline is expected, right? A decline is expected. We can decline all the way to other levels such as the key zone, which is our support area, around 24,978 there, and then we can start to look for buys from that zone. Nevertheless, anything can happen. Price can actually break that key zone because of this small discount. Then we can come up with a good pressure to the upward. But at this point, looking for sales will be ideal because there is a level that needs to be tested, which is 24,817, and then we can start to look for buys. If I'm to buy, I cannot buy at all-time highs like that. I can only buy at a discount. So I will be expecting safety if I'm buying from the lower pricing, and then we can target that level. There is a possibility that we can make a U-turn here and then we break, because already we have discounted almost how many hours? 4 hours to the down. So there's a high possibility that we may push up from now. Nevertheless, sales are still very much valid. Safest way to buy or safest area to buy is 24,817 there. That's basically the safest area of buy. If I have no enough money, I would rather wait for price to come to this level, and then that's where I can buy without any stress. Basically, that's it. And then jumping into gold, there is a dummy trade that I usually do on daily basis. Look at that. Yesterday I spoke about it, that the markets are giving me a sell TP, but I would not rather sell. I would rather buy. I hope you saw this, and then the market just came at least nearer to that level, and then all of a sudden it went exactly to where I had projected as a buy TP. This is H1, by the way, so you can see if you took those buys, bro, I know you are somehow happy wherever you are. So looking at the market, let's do the dummy trade again today and then do our calculations just to show you again where this market is going. Myself, my duty on gold is not to execute, but I just educate and show you where this thing is going. If you want to take it, you take it. If you don't want, you don't. So let's just do our dummy thing here. 5, 8, 2, and then so according to the markets, we are bearish again. We are seeing a bearish TP. So this market is going to be coming to, let me check it very well, 43.13, 43.13.022. Basically, that's where this market is going. Let's see. So sales may really work out properly here. Sell TP, shift at, and then date. Is it 21st today? This way. Could be 10 is 10, 50 is 50 also. Can work out. That's a dummy trade. Let's see. Market execution where the price is sitting. Then tightest stop loss ever, at least above there. That is 43.558. And then we can target at least the lowest low of that TP. There is a possibility of extension. So 43.13, that's where this price is going. It's a dummy trade. Let's see how that plays out there. Nevertheless, I am done. Chris, over to you,
sir. Thank you so much, my brother.
Yes, sir.
Chad, regarding the question yesterday, somebody asking, how do you enter a trade with a stop loss? Very simple. I don't know, the boys yesterday almost had a stroke when I heard what our risk guy was saying, but it's fine. We keep it moving. On your MetaTrader 5, you're going to right click. Okay, you're going to go to trading. You're going to go to new order. Okay, there you can place your stop loss. It can be more or less, doesn't have to be precise. You can put in your volume, you can leave your take profit open, and you can execute your trade. Okay, there's your stop already in. As simple as that. You can drag your take profit wherever you want to set it. And simple. On your phone, very simple as well. You go on your MetaTrader. It concerns me that we've got traders that don't even know how their trading platform works. You're going to go to your symbol, any symbol there. You're going to click on it. You're going to click trade. I'm going to do a video as well. Once you've clicked trade, there you're going to see literally the same window, market execution, buy limit, whatever it is. You're going to put in your stop loss. You're going to click buy, stop loss, immediately set. It's a simple requirement. that we require for you because that is how the system is built. So very, very simple. And then also very simple. This is the raw conditions you get with Vault Funder. Can't even see that spread. That spread is shorter than some of your guys' last relationship that you were in. But that is how tight it is. You see that? That is what they call raw spreads. But anyways, Chad, look at that execution. You don't get better than that.
Smoothness all the way.
No, Stefan, no one-click trading. Still one-click trading. Just gonna right-click instead of left-click. Yeah, Flippy, that's for now. The only issue is, Chad, here's my thing. In the contract, it states not more than 2% risk per trade. So you can risk 2% per trade on a instrument. Let's say you risk 2% on gold, you get stopped out. You can risk another 2%. It's at a time. The issue is if we don't implement this system after your account has been reviewed and it then shows that you've risked more than 2% per instrument per trade idea, then you're going to feel a certain way when you don't get your payout. So I would rather have the system warn a trader, you get a soft breach, and you can adapt and move on. Because the issue is, for me, it feels suspect when a prop firm allows you to continue to trade, and then only once you request your payout, now it's a case of, oh, this, that, ooh, then that for me is terrible. So I know as a trader, you rather want to know, listen here, you were a little bit out of bounds, come back into the field of play, than having you spend all of that time and effort emotionally building yourself up towards a payout, but you never knew that you broke the rules. So for me, that is how I see it. Yes, challenge account, fine. It's just with the funded account. What you guys need to realize is that certain rules on a prop firm is there to protect you. It's not there to stop you. I really do feel that Vault Funder, with our trading conditions that are the best, our rules are very clear and transparent. We do an interview with all of our funded traders. We don't have silly rules. We have to hold a trade for 10 minutes and this and that. It's very simple, clear cut. You know what to do. Traders are doing well. Traders are getting paid out. And for that reason, we have yet to deny a payout. Alrighty, chat. Let's see what we're gonna get here. But did you guys see how easy that was? Right click, trading, new order. There you can choose market execution or pending order. You're gonna have your stop. If you're trading on your PC, you can see, okay, I want to have my stop at 4328. You're gonna wait for when you want to enter, and then boom, enter. Trade is there with the stop. I don't know how difficult that is.
And then, gang, no stop loss. You can widen that stop loss as much as you can. A wider stop loss is equals to a zero stop loss.
FP, it's very simple, my brother. You can read it in the T's and C's. And also, once you get funded, you have an interview. And in the interview, everything is clearly explained to you. So you got the opportunity to ask a question. There's at Vault Funder, we don't do shady operations where we try and find little loopholes for traders. That's why I introduced the risk interviews, because here's the thing. You don't want to ever have a scenario where a trader comes back afterwards and says, "Oh, Chris, we didn't know about that." No, when you start your funded account, you know exactly what is expected of you, and we know exactly what is expected of us. Ultimately, this is still a partnership with the trader.
Small payouts matter.
Okay, Chad. Chad, my only thing here is I like the buys. But I'm going to have to see something above the 200, because this is very, very similar to what we had yesterday, chopping around that 200 all the way to COMEX. So it's not as clean cut for me as of yet. So just note, I'm not just going to jump into anything unless I see a clear hold above the 200 or a clear rejection. So we could very well see something very similar to yesterday, where we got stuck in this range during London. This range was our ever 160. Yeah, John, it very well could be going there. I do think if we start trading below this daily pivot, we can go for that average daily range. Chad, one thing I don't know if the guys saw it yesterday. I've teach you guys the theory on your average daily ranges. And if you go back to yesterday, Chad, has Brian clocked in here? Brian, I don't see you. Remember, we're not going to do that relocation deal. Okay, Brian, a check in. Okay, so relocation deal is still on the table. So remember what I said, the theory behind your average daily ranges is that when the market starts to trend strongly and we hold your first average daily range. Just want to show you guys there. Okay. This becomes a pivot point as well. Last week we saw the same thing. If this holds, then it's very likely we're going to go 2 standard deviations. Okay. And then you'll see, you guys can go and back test this. Then you can see to the T, 2 standard deviations was hit. This was quite late into the session. Did it continue higher? I think it did, yeah. So now it can potentially go 3 standard deviations, depending on how much time we've got left in the day. So you can use it the same principle as with the pivots. If you're trading above daily R1, very likely you're going to have a trend day. Did it go 3 standard deviations? It came close. Okay. Thought I'd just share that with you guys. I caught my monthly pips in a day. Absolutely nuts. Oh, were you going for 2 pip traders? Spread betters. Just betting on the spread. Yeah, Brian, I like that. Chris, do you have any comments regarding XRP? What happened to XRP, Kevin? Rooks, I get missed call. Brian Krebo just asked if you clocked in already. I get missed call every morning, but he won't say it. Brian, don't lie. You send me these voice notes every morning. It's like, hey Chris, I just want to say thank you for being a legend. You changed my life, and I really look up to you. And one day when I hit 100 is 100, I'm actually going to fly down to P and visit you. Don't lie, just tell the guys. Otherwise, I'm going to start playing these voice notes. Yes, die kan zo kak. Blowena City just... Hi. Yes, die. Oh. Kevin, sorry man that I missed it. What happened on XRP? Remember, I've been holding a small bag on. Let me actually see how that altcoin. Yo, I really hope I don't get too invested in this crypto thing. And then I start browsing Lambos and stuff. Okay, let's see. Down 12%, but that's still easy, Chad. 12%. Crypto traders will know. I don't get out of the bed for minus 12. Let's go back to sleep on that. Beach day in Cape Town. I'm in sales for all crypto. Hey, G-man. I'm trying this dollar cost average thing. What happened to XRP? That XRP... Very nice taste there on the early pivots. Yeah, Chad, I'm just loading every month into that altcoin portfolio. Oh yeah, Kevin, for me, I've seen the cycles, and the big thing is I'm not here to time the crypto market. I'm just going to add as it goes down. The more it goes down, the more I'll add. But the cycles just repeat over and over again. That's just how speculative markets operate, especially the crypto market. Okay, let's see what is gold doing here. When you join Project G, yeah, Kevin, we talk about all of that. $150 pips is like nothing so far. Seems I have to put Keegan and Plamena in the naughty corner here. Mr. B, if you had to trade one pair forever, which one would it be?
US 30 for life.
US 30.
Yes. That thing has delivered me from poverty. It always respects my levels. NASDAQ, I must beg it before we go our way.
Brian, I must time out there of getting naughtier. Chris, do you think Rand is going to G-Man? Okay, let me just keep it on gold here. I don't want to miss. For me, ultimately, I hate that the Rand is so strong. I'm not gonna lie to you. I absolutely hate it because my entire portfolio is in dollar. In Rand terms, I'm technically down 10% on the year. But then I'm up about 16%, so I'm technically net 6%. One thing that I can say is that initially, start of the year, we failed to hold this yearly pivot. Then we failed to hold this 200 EMA, which is usually quite a strong support for the ZAR. Now, in the past, we've had times during 2021 where a lot of times you can see that the Rand would strengthen and it would almost like V-bottom below the 200 EMA. Okay. Now, I do expect something similar here, where at one stage we are going to almost V-bottom out and then we'll start with the rally. Because if you think about it, the broader trend on USD ZAR, if you just look at this, you can clearly see the trend is super bullish. So for the long game, we cannot ever say that the SA economy is doing better than the US economy. So I think a lot of this is more to hinge around dollar weakness rather than Rand strength. But for now, the zones that I'm watching this is the resistance zone and that is the support zone. Okay. And then once we can get through this level, I would be very comfortable to say that the dollar is back.
Sure, look at that gold. What time frame is that?
Oh no, this is the weekly.
Sure. Hey. If we are to talk about market crash, there should be a crash, I'm telling you. The way it has been rallying, going up.
I actually want to see the...
Sure.
But I want to chat. Does anybody know whether the COT report is affected by the government shutdown? Chat, I just need to give this quickly. Hello? Hello? Oh, goodness. It's a robot. Does anybody know whether the COT report is affected? Yeah, I know, Chad. When was this last one? 22nd of the 9th. Was that the last time we had a COT report? Oh yeah, it is affected. You, Chad. This is gonna be interesting. Because here's the thing with the COT report, is that in a lot of cases, if you go study the COT report, I think I've told you guys this, commercials, the guys that actually mine it, they hedge against price fluctuation. So if price is going up, they short, because for the time when it goes down, then they make up the money that they would have lost. So commercials usually show the opposite end of price. Then you've got your non-commercials or your large speculators. Those are your institutions. They tend to drive price. But in a lot of cases, before a pullback, what would happen is that they would start to reduce their positioning, but you would still see price trading higher for a couple of weeks, but they are selling into those rallies. So a lot of times when we get to some extremes and they start to sell off a little bit, then you'll get a correction. But for now, just looking at this, it's still, we're not at extreme levels yet. So the peak of the buying for the last 2 years was last year, September. That is where they peaked. Then we came all the way down and price still rallied up. And then the fresh buying started around about May again. That's when we had that consolidation breakout. And you can see ever since then they've been building positions. Chad, gold is a little trickier this morning. We might not get a trade here. Sorry, Bonang, do you give the word of the day? Somebody asked for the word of the day here.
Today, yeah, Chris did. They forgot. They came late.
Oh, yeah, I gave a word of the day.
He did.
The word of the day
came late, guys. The word of the day was shared here.
This is a powerful word.
It was very simple. In simple terms, take it easy. You need to pull back a little bit in your storms, whatever that you might be facing. That's how I understood it. You just have to pull back a little bit, take it easy, so that you can be able to think straight and execute with a sober mind. So in whatever circumstances of life challenging situations, there's always a way out. So pulling back, relaxing, studying the situation can help you to be able to execute a solution accurately. He went on to say everyone has been through some challenges and they were able to dig themselves out of those challenges. That's an example of me and Chris himself and also Keegan. We are human. We also face sometimes debt, sometimes bankruptcy where you don't have the money, or maybe blowing, but we usually come out of those situations. So when we are teaching, saying whatever that we are saying is something that we have lived. We have overcome certain challenges. That's why we are able to share the knowledge with whoever is caring to listen. Yeah,
Chad, I just want to grab my water quickly. I'm going to be back. Potential shorts here. Not a big fan, but we're going to check it now.
On gold.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I'm running one also. Smooth one. See how it goes. Let's go.
Yo, I might have missed the shorts already.
Don't be too late.
Yeah, no, Chad, I actually missed it. I must zoom in a little bit. Prodigy, but I think you guys clapped it. Yeah, no, I missed it. Just go to the alert section. Yeah, I wasn't accurate with my zone there. This previous candle was actually valid.
There we go. That's a good flow on gold. Gold seems to be very volatile, this thing, eh? Sure.
Look at this man now.
Smoothness all the way. Smoothness.
Bro,
all
but
the
you had
way.
to zoom in a little bit.
Bro, but it was there.
Sure.
It was there.
What price
Chad,
feed?
OBS.
What price feed are you using?
Oh, and I only use it.
Nah, let me change to and
Chad,
Oh.
OBS, baby. OBS.
yeah, so look at this man. Nah, I must change that
See me,
to
Keegan. I can't close because of the 10-minute window rule now, but I'm inside.
Even Monaco, bro.
Aye. Nah, I must go for 100.
So I must hold now.
Let me get a word there.
Yo, guys.
Yeah, no, Chad, it was valid. I just need to get on.
Minutes will catch up with me. 28. Yo, guys.
Wait, what is it? XAU.
I don't think trading gold with this 10 minutes rule I will ever survive. Never. They will close the account. There is a 2 minutes rule, 10 minutes rule. There is a profit cap of 5%.
So now you're not allowed to close the trade, but if it goes too deep in profit, they also breach it.
Yeah, it's
Chad, that is when you're stuck between a rock and a hard place. They
Yeah.
literally put you there.
that's the thing.
Okay, I know, and that was very clear. Okay, so I'm gonna delete Blackpool, and we can use Oanda.
You get worried about losing. You get worried about winning at the same time.
Chad, that is the biggest.
Yeah, so it's, let me see, calculate 28. Yo. Why did I even go to gold? 28.
He's coming to Chris to check if everything is okay. Brian, he's such a knob sometimes. Such a pancake. Bro, did you take it?
5 minutes to go.
Nah, I'm 50 behind
Right,
him.
show them my screen, Chris.
Okay, let
That
me
dummy
go
thing
there.
has done its job.
Hi,
Is
Star.
this 50 is 50 or 10 is 10 here? There we go, guys. I'm going to extend my TP this side. There we go, guys. There we go. Send those W's. That dummy trade is paid out. Let's go. Boom. TP hit. Hey. Smoothness all the way. Smoothness all the way. That's a W there. Shoo. Shoo. Smooth on gold. Nicely done. Beautifully done. There we go. Thank you for taking part, guys. It's not easy to. Let's see. That's a beautiful dummy thread. It played out. I actually jumped in this one, guys. Now I can't come out. $2,000 can't come out. I look at it, Chris. It's just floating here.
And now you must hold it.
I hold it until 3
10
minutes to go now. And again, the limit is 2.5. If I close at 2 point something, I'll be. But it's fine. I will close 50% and then leave the other one floating.
Hi.
Stuff. Hi, these professors.
Nah. Comet Capital must be better than that.
Yeah, you don't know the 10-minute rule. Don't worry, you know one day.
10
There is a
minutes.
prop firm that says you shouldn't hold a trade less than 10 minutes, above 10 minutes, and also the trade should not. Your daily cap is $2,500, which means if your trade goes 2,000, like this is gold. I went very aggressive. It went beyond that. If I close 2.6, I have breached the account. If I close less than 10 minutes again, I have also breached the account. So I have to just hold and let it float. If it goes more than this, if this market decides to continue melting here, I'm doomed for the day. It's over for me. I have to start a new challenge. Hi, look at that. But I can close half if I was at. Now it's $3,000 now.
So, I'm in trouble.
I'm in trouble.
Are you in trouble? Ay. Shut
This
up,
is a-
never.
This is something else. Yo. Hey, this is something else. Let me break it. Put a break even at 2.5.
Ay,
Stop loss.
Chad, now the man must be concerned about being in profit.
Sure.
Nah, that's really putting you in a chokehold.
It's tough.
You can't make too much money,
Can-
but we're gonna just. Ay.
It's one of the most difficult things you can ever go through. Don't wish to be me. Now, but it's gonna discount anyway. Let's see. Gonna discount anyway. I think at 40, that's where I should be closing. 1 minute to go. There is good money there. Where should I go, my brother? Jordan. They are not banning me. They are keeping me there. You see. I think that's the only prop firm I'm left with to trade with here in South Africa. I looked at another one. Their website, if you check their website, that one you see that this is a scam. So I can't go there. I'm only left with that as an option.
Chad Prodigy, 50 is 50 for you boys and girls. Let me change this also to
No, it's fine. This thing is discounted. Finally.
So that must be crazy. Hoping to not make money. Like,
Yes.
please, I don't need more money.
Praying for loss.
Please stop.
Aish.
Please stop the money flowing.
But you can literally close. It's a closing day. You can close at 3,000, then you take losing trades. After that. Fine. I am out. 2.1. Bad. Gold. So I'm closing my US 30 as well. They sell so that I can be equal. There we go. Successful day. Check, Chris. This is a successful day.
Just under the profit cap.
I'm
Just
done.
under. Safe.
Very safe. The day is over for me on this one. Hi.
Chad, you're on the EQ. What I would love to see is another candle taking the session low there. Oh wait, it's not on my screen. What I would love to see is another candle dipping the session low and then failing to break out. Because remember, session low, what do we expect? We either expect volume or a reversal. Okay. Then I might go for a little 50 is 50. Or even 100 is 100 just to get on par with Kigalezi. So if we can get another dip and a failure to continue lower, then I'm going to go for a little jabberino.
USD2 continues to flow.
Well done, Jen. Very well done. Beautiful, beautiful trade.
SK Zungu, enjoy yourself. 4K banked. Enjoy yourself. Gene, smoothness there.
Give me a gin and an Indian tonic, please, for my 500 pip trade.
Which problem is that with so many of us so that we can stay away? I can't discourage you to stay away. Always try. You learn it the hard way yourself. Always try, guys. What does not work for somebody may work for you. You understand? Yes. What doesn't pay me may pay you, basically.
No. I can't buy off a candle like that. I'm going to need to see a little bit more there. Ideally, the ideal scenario is we get a bearish candle down. Ideal scenario. Bearish candle down, so it looks like a minor break of structure. And then straight after taking that low, get a bullish engulfing. That is my ideal scenario. Because then what you've done is you've trapped the breakout traders there. Then this candle signals that the buyers are back in control. And yeah, that's what I'm looking for. It's in our playbook, which is shared for free on the Discord. It is the buy reversal one. This one, yeah. That little bad boy there. I want something like that. Break the low, boom, back up.
Does your trading style not suit FTMO? It does. It does. You see, Jordan, it's a choice, bro. I choose to be where I am for some reasons. You also can choose to be where you are for some reasons as well. You get my point? I have bought 200,000 USD FTMO accounts. I lost them. 2 of them. I lost them. And if I calculate, that is 23,000 per an account. 23, how much is that? 46. And then when I go to my local guys, I pay 7,000 for that same account, equal to that. I'd rather suffer with the 10-minute rule and pay cheap and still get a payout than pay 23K for same daily drawdown and go and lose it. You get my point, my brother? So I just don't know why I'm unlucky with FTMO. I lost those accounts. I tried 2 times, I lost. I went to fund it next again. Sorry for mentioning that name, but unfortunately, I also I'm just not lucky with them. You understand? so that's it. So that's why I'm where I am. It seems like my luck is there. All South African prop firms I win. This is what I said to Chris on my interview. All South African prop firms, they pay me. They pay me. Then they introduce tough rules to chase me, but they pay. They pay.
Hi, I can't believe I missed that sell. Yes, Chad.
You were supposed to enter from that Asian law.
From there.
Smoothness.
Hi, Chad, say I if you're in Project G and you took the shorts. Yes, dude.
Yes, Jonathan. That's the best way to say it. Choose a prop that suits you as a trader. Smooth. But we are going to FTMO. Don't worry. We are ambushing them slowly. You will see Onai on top one of these days.
Keys, can you just check the No, Jexy, I was on the Black Bull market chart. Yeah. Black Bull market is they're a little bit bad. Also missed it. It happens. It happens. Kigo, can you just check the descriptions of the videos for us? The guy saying the Discord link does not work. Ruxen, if you can also maybe assist my brother. Yeah, invite invalid. This invite may be expired. Yeah, Chad, we can. Kiga lazy, I don't know if he's still on stream here. Christopher, if you join what, my brother? If you join what? Okay, let's see.
These indices, they have a tendency of not moving now. They want to move during New York session.
Yeah, no, I'm done with indices. Indices not for me. I choose prosperity.
You don't want to suffer.
I choose prosperity. Chad. That is what I'm choosing. Why must I suffer?
Yeah, be wise. Be wise.
Why must I catch on cuck if it's not necessary? Why do I want to fly in economy class when I can fly first class?
Imagine.
Chad, my entire timeline now on Instagram is just people showing first class and cabins in the plane. Yeah, some people travel on another level.
Now I want to own my own. With my own pilot, Chris.
Hey,
Fully paid salaries.
Jay.
Every month. I don't know if there is that possibility, but with XM we will make it. With XM we will make it. Just open those 100.0s. Slowly but sure. That's what we need, guys. Sometimes, you know, I always wonder, Chris, if what is it? What is this thing called? You know, unless there is some truth that I don't get in the industry of trading itself, because if you see the marketing going on out there and these guys showing the Lambos and the private jets, but then the reality of it, if you go to a broker, then you make more money that can afford those things. They start to terminate you. They send you emails like you are posing financial risk to the liquidity, blah, blah, blah.
A broker?
Yeah, they can. You know, they reach a limit to say your trading strategy is not allowed in our platform.
Nah, but not XM. XM is...
So we just...
XM is big.
Let's try there.
Nah, XM...
Otherwise, we may be doomed here. Which brokers are they using, these guys on internet?
Chad, XM are big boys.
So we have to stick with XM then.
XM is big boys.
We won't receive those letters like that. What are you doing? It's tough. It's tough. See, Nolan, there we go. I had the same issue. Yeah, the liquidity is protected somehow. There's some protections. Just don't overdo it. If you overdo it, you are a risk.
Nee, André, ek is besig om te negotiate om FTMO te koop. So ek sal op die vloer wees, maar
Nice, Kigo, nice. XM approves $1 million plus. I think now we have to really, myself, I'm considering going live now.
there we go.
I'm telling you.
There's no limits. I can close my trade when I want to. I withdraw the same day.
Same day, report same day. That's what I'm thinking now. The headache I have been facing on the prop space. Hey. Let me pray about it, guys. You see how much I will put on XM there for unlimited leverage. Let's see.
Nee, André, ek trade nie op die vloer nie. Ek like maar sit en trade. Maar as daar regtig nie 'n stoel in die kantoor is nie, dan sal ek maar op die vloer moet trade. Maar verkieslik op 'n bank of soos 'n lekker stoel soos hierdie. Op 'n stoel is baie beter, my rug is... Ja, jy moet maar bly staan. André, sorry man, jy het in myne vastgestap. Jy het jou oopgemaak vir daai. Nana Riddle just pops in. Remember, Riddle's a celebrity. He just comes in, he waves, and he goes. Nah, that man hasn't even looked at the chart. It just copies, paste, and then gone. Okay. Let's see. Let's see if we're gonna get what we want to get. It's bear, Chad. What is the Snap Gold? No, software. No.
What's the time? 2 minutes to 10. This thing wants to continue going down, eh? This gold thing. Ten o'clock.
Yo, that gold post I made, people are getting touched. But it feeds my algorithm, so I don't mind. Tuju's trading. When are you going to interview? I interviewed him, Amina. He's actually better looking than I expected. So I think Plamena might be moisturizing him. Because before he was there with Plamena, he was looking a little bit rough. Skin was a little bit ashy. The hair on top didn't have a shine. Now actually, I had to turn my brightness down on the screen because the light was reflecting off his dome on the top. So I can see the trip to Europe is experiencing smoothness there. Not just financially, but on his face, his head, everything. No, we had a no, we had it. Me and Brian had a chat. We'll definitely do something with Brian. I told Brian it's good to put a face to, because a lot of you we haven't met, but a lot of you guys we have met. So with the way you chat in the chat, you start to build a profile of what you expect a person to be like. It's weird. I don't know how to explain it, but you get a feel almost for what the person could be like. So for us, it's good to meet you guys as well. Your own profiler, eh? Yeah, but the thing is, Brian can pull off the bold look because he also, that head is like round, Chad. When God created that head for Brian, he just said, listen here, take that bowling ball. We just give this guy roundness, just complete. Not like mine where I had a bowling ball and they cut the back off. It was like, this head is already too big. We're going to have to reduce some weight. So just flat cut at the back. Full my aura. Fabsy, he came in a little bit high. I'm not going to lie. He came in a little bit hot. So when I started negotiating, he did say, Chris, just take your laptop, plug it out, lay on the ground. This is what I want. And I thought he was joking, but then I did actually fall off my chair. But we're working on it. There's some room for negotiation. There's some room for negotiation. Definitely. I definitely think the Fed is going to cut rates. Remember, all of this is going to have a negative effect on the markets, and the Fed wants to get to a state where they're accommodative, and we've already seen that the labor market is softening dramatically, like almost 2-3 standard deviations from where it normally is. So no, 100%.
Shoot, that gold still going down.
Yeah. And then people were fighting me when I said,
Yo.
Chad, that post I made on Instagram, I think sometimes I forget that the IQ of a lot of people out there is questionable. When you make a post like that, you look at probable outcomes. So when you do future studies, you don't just look at the best case scenario. You usually look at 4 scenarios. Least probable, most probable, and then in between both of those, you've got 2 scenarios. as a trader, we cannot become so one-dimensional, like, oh, gold is going up forever, it's just bull, 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 bull. It is bullish, but you also have to look at what could potentially stall the rally. This is how Clint Fester blew up his last two PAM accounts, whatever you call it, with XNAS, is that it was super simple when the market was rallying and you just buy. Then when it starts to turn around, your mind is just buy because you just one-dimensional focused on the buys, and then you lose 10 million rands worth of investor funds.
Check it out, Chris. I just did another calculation on the next target on gold.
Okay.
The mathematics is saying we are coming here, 41.89, at least lower than yesterday's TP. I think this could be supported by two factors. Yesterday we had calculated this TP, which was a sell TP, that was not reached. This one, it was just abandoned, and then price went up, and then according to the maths now, when calculating further, this was our first calculation, it got hit, and then second one, extension, which is a bit deeper, that's 41.89. That's a selling dip. So this market is likely going to continue coming all the way to 41.89. One, it fulfills yesterday's calculations. Two, it gives us new pricing again somewhere here. So yeah, let's see how that goes. Over to you, sir.
All right.
Internet people are just something else, Chris. Another one was like, so now, are you now carrying pairs like women?
Say yes.
I said, is
I'm
this?
still looking for a wife, so I must hold all my money. You must say that's where I put my money.
I said, you just want my attention. That's what I said. And then I kept quiet.
Wait, let me just, sorry man, chat, I was just responding. Chris, can I ask the way? Okay. They need more than a few. For the cashback, Conan, for the cashback, it's 2GS15. 2GS15. Use that one. We want to give you cash back, my brother. My brother. Now I missed my gold trade. I'm just gonna see. I've got a little zone here that I'm monitoring.
And then there are those who were affected by the crash. Is it on Friday? The crypto guys.
Joe, the crypto guys.
Those guys are crying.
Eating noodles.
Another one was found dead in his Lambo.
Huh? Really?
Yeah. One was found dead in his Lambo. They are committing suicide. But also for me, it's very, very funny. Why would you continue buying on a market that has been rallying all the years and you are not accommodating risk management to say, I won't go aggressive here because we are at all-time high. It's okay to buy at all-time highs, but always consider that they can be a chicken being sick to be sliced. That's what I mean.
A chicken sick to be sliced.
Yeah. So they were sliced like a chicken. So people kept on ending mad and with high volumes.
Bonang, that was Chad, that was most probably the best thing I've heard. You need to consider that a chicken is sick brown. That was incredible. Nah, Chad, that made my day. So, yo.
Yeah. This chicken was sliced.
Dara, I took 1,000 rand to almost 100,000 rand trading. What did we call it? The 513. So yeah, I think people have a misconception. Something is impossible for you because you don't have the skill to do it, and you don't have the discipline to scale. And but that's it comes with time. Because here's the issue: if I told you that you can scale an account, and I've had this conversation with so many guys. There's nothing stopping you from trading, even if you start with 3,000 Rand. And for many, 3,000 Rand is a lot of money. For many, it's not a lot of money. But forget the money for 1 second here. The issue is that a lot of you guys have this dream of taking 3,000 Rand and you see somebody that's living on that level, and you think within a week you're going to take that 3,000 and it's going to solve all of your financial problems, and it's not going to do that. I always say this, that you need money to trade. And then secondly, you cannot throw good money after something as risky as trading. So if you are tight on your monthly budget, you earn 10,000 Rand a month, and your expenses are all inclusive, say 10K, then you don't have money to trade. You have to use risk capital, money that you're willing to lose. Never take something that is for sure and throw it behind something that is unsure, like trading. And I've seen so many people do that. I've told you guys about the guy that took a 200K loan. And I'm like, dude, why the hell would you put yourself into debt? You can do more with 200K than try and trade, because you don't have the skill yet. You don't have the discipline. You don't have the mental capacity. But now, if you say, okay, that 3K, what I'm going to do is I'm going to risk 10% of the account. Now you've got a 3K account. You're obviously not going to risk 1% on it, but 300 Rand risk. Okay. Now, let's say you can shoot a 3R a week. 3R net. That is $900. Okay. Now, let's say you shoot. Let's do this quickly. Let's say 3R per week, 3 times 4, and then we give it like a 65% correction factor. So 8R. Let's say you shoot 8R per month. 8 times 300. Boom, 2,400 Rand. 2,400 Rand that you've made. Okay. Now account is sitting at 5.5. Okay. Now you're sitting at 5,400. But you don't up your risk now already. Because now if you up your risk after your first month, you might be less than 3k. So you still trade 300 Rand risk for 3 months. And now all of a sudden, you are sitting at 2,400. That's 4.8. What is that? Chat 7.5. 7,200. Now after 3 months, you're sitting on 10k. Now you're sitting on 10k after 3 months. Now you start risking 1,000 Rand per trade. Now after that next month, in month 4, you could be sitting on 18k. Still risking that. Now you're sitting on 26k. Then in month 6, you're sitting at 34k. And this is obviously working, but you guys get my point. So nobody wants to take these little steps here. Nobody wants to grind out for 3 years and build slowly but surely into that. Because my thing is always, you cannot trade R1 million if you haven't made R1 million with trading. So you trying to force something which is not there yet. Yeah. So a lot of you can do that, but you won't because you don't have discipline and your timeline is skewed. The biggest killer is guys having a very short-sighted vision for their trading. If you really think about it, if you were serious about trading, you wouldn't sit and, apologies for my language now, fuck around every single day, putting money into account, blowing it, putting it into the account, blowing it. Then you've got your trading plan, then you feel a certain way. Now you take this trade, now you take that trade, then you overtrade. Then you don't have a long-term vision. Then this is just something to like stimulate you a little bit and you mess around. But if you really have a long-term vision and you sit down and you plan, then there's nothing stopping you from reaching it. There's so many tools that we've teach. There's so many strategies that we've teach that work, but you're still on Instagram. You're still jumping between this guy and that guy. You see this guy doing 4 million pips and that guy selling a course and this signals. You are just spinning. Your wheels are just spinning and you're staying at the same place. After 5 years, you're still exactly where you are. You've got no foundation for your trading. And when I took that 1K to 100K, I literally told the guys in the office, you can ask them. They still laughed. And I said, boys, that's not what I'm going to do. I'm going to share every trade with you. You can join me or you don't. And they're like, no, we'll join you next time. every morning I say, guys, these are my trades. This is what I'm doing. And every week they saw the account grew, up until the point they're like, yeah, you did say we're going to cry, and we are crying now. Will I be able to learn from your free group, Christopher? You can learn from these streams and from the free group. Bro, that is me need to level, yes. Some of you need to hear the truth and not what you want to hear. All that tickling of your ear like, ah, no man, it's fine to lose. It's break your rules. No. Alrighty, Chad. Gold. Can I chat? I think that daily one. Alrighty, Chad. That is gonna be me for the session. I actually missed my trade. Dollar index holding that level as discussed. We're gonna see what's gonna happen there. US 30 struggling to get a bounce off that 200 EMA. Might actually get this short idea playing out. NASDAQ never got that full retest, failing to hold above the 200. So also might see NAS coming short. Gold, beautiful. Trade idea was shared in Project G. Unfortunately, a little bit of a charting error on my side, a little bit lax here, a little bit sunburned, but I think a lot of you guys caught those shorts. German 30 as well, not giving that pullback there. Also coming short, talking about that previous daily high. Let me just show you guys. Did it not take the... Oh no, it didn't take the previous daily. Oh, this is gold. Sorry, man. Yeah, there's it. DAX failing to hold above that previous daily high. But gold is really setting up for some very solid moves for later on, chat. So if you miss the shorts, this is what I'm talking about. You don't just go and jump into trades that are not part of what you are going to do. Yeah, so close the charts now. We've got another session left. Remember, we're not trying to... We don't have to catch 100 trades a week because we go for 12 pips or 8 pips or 2 pips. 3 trades, 3 winning trades a week technically should not... Chad, come on. Alright. Bona, closing remarks there, my brother.
Alright, thank you so much. Guys, thank you for joining us this wonderful morning. And please, if you didn't like this stream, I don't know why you didn't like this stream, because we are 280 views, 138 likes. So unfair of you, but it's okay. Nevertheless, looking at US 30, at this point, this dipping in already calls for a break even, right? Setting a stop loss at 46.7 or 3.66 there is okay. You set yourself to safety so that whatever market may do here, I know there's going to be a flip to the up, but nobody knows at what time. So we might at some point reach the levels that are safer to buy from, or we may flip from there. Like I said, when you're throwing a stone, for it to go far, you need to pull back your hand and then you can throw so that you can have a proper pressure. So basically this pullback alone is enough to go and break that resistance, and then we go to 47,224.13. So I will be looking for buys during New York session. I would love it if price can dip in all the way. Then from 46.183 there, then I would start to look for buys. So if we continue discounting anywhere, wherever the price will be, I'll be looking for buys for the day today during New York session. Similar situation, I think it's one and the same thing with NASDAQ. US and NASDAQ behaving almost similar. So we are going to be looking for buys at a later day for the day. And then closing remarks. Oh, gold Gold seems, even the TP seems to be continuing extending. Unfortunately, I can't calculate it now because time is almost up, but we are seeing it dipping in. Let me do justice and just do that last projected TP now. It seems like this is the time for sellers to enjoy themselves.
Yeah, just a testimony there, Brian. I just did the one-on-one mentorship and it changed my life. Now I can just sit comfortably in the chat all day and chat to my fellow. Chad, I might open up one more seat for the mentorship. I'm finished with Brian now. Brian is a polished product. I can send him out into the markets and he can represent the mentorship in a way that I'm proud of. So I might open it up for one more. Brian took it out of me a little bit. But now I don't know if you've seen a rough diamond. You really need to get stuck into it. Polish it. So I really did, Chad, but we got through. The man is a diamond now.
He's a happy man. Solid. Yeah. Now, looking at the fact that this market is projected also to extend the TP. TP3 is going to be 4169.71. That is of gold. I think if I'm to buy, I would rather buy from this zone. Yeah, definitely at 4169 there. That would be a perfect area of buy. So TP3 is 4169. So basically this market is still going to melt, and then we can start to look for buys at a later stage there. So thank you so much for having me. Breaking even on US30. If you are running sales, make sure you break even so that if the flip of buys happens, you do not find yourself in that disaster. Nevertheless, safest area to buy is at the lowest price, 46,183. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Chad. The one-on-one mentorship, to get into that, it's quite a long process. There's psychometric tests that we have to do. I get my psychologist to first have a session with you. Again, this is, if you don't really have money, this is not for you.
Brian says he's now going to sit the whole day and speak cock.
Yeah.
He wants to distract others.
So Brian, because we had to do a little bit of more work, the mentorship is usually 250K. But I had to do a diamond in the rough fee for him. So it was basically almost R1 million that I had to pay. I don't always charge that. It's just the psychologist said, listen here, this guy is very set in his ways. He's got a little bit of that alpha male energy.
And I'm looking for 10%, Chris. Oh, yeah.
And you're gonna almost need to like break him a little bit, so almost like a tree, start to mold it. And then I came back and I said, listen, yeah, we're gonna do a 4x surcharge. Are you happy? And so it's usually 250K. You have to unlearn to learn, exactly. So if you've got 250K to invest in yourself, we can start the application process. You don't have to pay up until you are approved. But I usually just take one student a year. It's you get direct access to me. We actually have an open line. You're just not allowed to talk on the open line while I'm sleeping because it will scare my wife if she hears like the one time Brian came on. It's like, Chris, and I'm like, bro. My wife's like, who's in the room? And I'm like, no, sorry, man. My phone was on speaker. So, yeah, 250K. If you're serious about it, DM me, !G. And you might even get a bronze spoon as well. All right. Fully plated in bronze. And we'll see you. No, I'm serious, Chad. Chris, send me a DM, 250K for the year, and one-on-one. Peace and love.
A whole PhD.
A whole PhD.
Enjoy yourself.
Peace.
For you. reminding us that even the smallest rock can have a hand at sculpting the